Still with the Australian one?
Sydney, what are you doing, man?
You're joking? Shit, that's like going from the Times to the Guardian, isn't it? Hey?
Sorry? Yeah, with Eddie, and then we'll have players through after that. So yeah, it'll just be Eddie on his own. Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, no, you'll get a set. Yeah. Just in terms of it's not me talking as well on mic. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. With England head coach Eddie Jones for live press conference. Who would like to go first, please?
Eddie, what do you put that turnaround down to this week?
Oh, we just had an extra week of training, mate. You know, we're a young, inexperienced team. I think we've given out 5 new caps in the last 2 weeks. We had 3 out there today. It's just about we've got players from 13 different clubs, and we need training time together. And we got more on the same page this week, and next week we'll be on the same page even more.
It was a hell of a start, Eddie. Can you talk us through those first 30 minutes or so, 35 minutes?
Well, we played the way we wanted to play. Got the rub of the green with the referee, and we're able to exert pressure on Australia.
There's been a lot of talk about Ellis again setting the tone, and he did that with that initial carry. I think Michael Rosen said he doesn't want to tackle him too often again. I mean, did that really sort of make a statement at the start?
Well, I don't think he was the only one. You know, I think there was a few others, but certainly Genge was possibly a little bit annoyed what Tupu said, and he wanted to make a mark on the game.
Eddie, can I ask you about Billy Vunipola? To us,
Oh, you got a different question this week. Hey, how good's this? How good's this? So you don't want to know how the fans are this week? No? No, you don't want to know about the fans this week. Let's go to Billy. He's getting fitter. Yeah, he just gets fitter every week. He's still got a while to go, but he's probably up to about 95%. So we're pleased with his progress.
Have you seen him carry the ball like that for a while?
Well, you know, we picked him on the back of his improving club form, and he's got better each week. And with us, he's getting, as I said, he's getting fitter. His level of commitment to be the best player he can be is improving all the time. And he had a good look in his eyes before the game today, and he's only going to get better.
Was there a particular? Richard Cochran was here on Friday talking about the sort of gladiatorial challenge from the forwards. That opening salvo seemed to be them really fired up. Was that particular challenge this week for the pack?
Well, I think Suncorp brings that out because it's an intense, close environment. And it's a modern version of Ballymore for rugby, and for rugby league it's a modern version of Lang Park. And I don't know what it is. It might be the scent from the brewery that encourages people to get stuck into each other. But I think that's traditionally how a Suncorp game goes. And the crowd was fantastic tonight. I know they're unhappy. All our fans are unhappy. They're all out there saying that was rubbish. We don't like your selection. They're all saying that, mate. So make sure you write it.
Eddie,
Okay.
Give us an idea on the situation with Underhill and Marrow.
Marrows won't be available next week at this stage. Underhill was still assessing.
Was Marrow seemed to be knocked out. Did
Yeah.
they both sort of fail HIAs or what?
No, the medical situation on Marrow is that he's out for next week. But Underhill, we're still assessing through all the protocols.
Eddie, were you more satisfied with the opening half an hour when you were completely dominant, or the sort of last quarter when you sort of had to show a bit more grit?
I was more pleased with the last 15 minutes, mate. The way we fought for a young team again. Under that pressure at Suncorp, you're playing against a team that's really comfortable at that ground. The referee's starting to even the count up, and it's a difficult situation, and they stuck together. I think we had 3 new caps out there at the end of the game, and to play with that level of maturity and that level of toughness is a really good sign for the team in the future.
And just on one of the new caps, JBP, how did you rate his performance?
No, very, very handy, mate. We've selected him because we think he can be a really good test half. He's got a good pass. He's got a scent for a gap. He's not exceptionally quick, but he's got a good scent for the gap, and he's got a very consistent kicking game. And I thought the 80 minutes we got out of him, and then I thought Danny was outstanding at the end. Again, calmness, picked the right option. He's really added to the squad, Danny. So we're really pleased with his contribution. Well, I can't talk for the players, mate. This is a very young squad that's developing, and they need time. And the longer they have together, the better they're going to be. And tonight's experience will be, one of those great lessons you have. And those sort of lessons, every time you have one of those lessons, you get a bit smarter. You can do your 9 times table now instead of your 6 times table, and you just keep going up.
Does the outside noise fire you up then?
No, I like it. I think it's fantastic. I love my mother ringing me up in the morning saying, "Are you getting sacked? Are you going to get sacked? Are you going to get sacked? When are they going to sack you? When do you have to move? Are you going to come back to Australia? Come back and live in Randwick?" So I love that, my poor mother. But I don't mind it because I made the choice to take the job, and that's always going to happen. Because there's a fatuation with sacking coaches now, isn't there? Like
You've
it's.
had a good run though. You've been there a long time. You wouldn't have been.
Yeah, as I said, it's neither here nor there to me. But I love that game at Suncorp. I love coaching at Suncorp. Like that's a good experience. Because you got 48,000 people, all full of drink, and all they want to see is their team win. And when you turn them away, it's a great experience, a great feeling. I was coming out from the coach's box, they all got their scarves on. When did Australians start wearing scarves? New age, isn't it? Now they've all got their scarves on, and they're not so smart now. Before the game they're coming up and saying, "Oh, you're gonna get belted tonight," and they're a little bit more quiet. So that's good. I'll enjoy that.
And I hate to raise the issue of fans again, but the 2 yellow cards for deliberate knockdowns, fans down here don't like that. What's your opinion on that law?
Well, I think the game's gone out of control. We saw the New Zealand-Ireland test. At one stage, the commentators couldn't count how many players were on the field. Seriously. And they had 3 backs packing a scrum. Like, we've gone the full hog, where everything's a yellow card, everything's a red card, and there needs to be some common sense come back into the game. Because if you're following a team or you're supporting a team or you're watching a game of rugby, and the numbers are changing all the time. We're supposed to have a 15. If we want to play 14 aside, let's just. Like I asked the referee today how many yellow and red cards he had in his pocket. So I picked up his pocket and had a look how many he had. He had plenty. But he didn't use so many of them today. But he used enough of them. I think we've gone too far.
Been a couple of pushes for the 20-minute red. Would you support that?
Well, I think that's more a commonsensical approach, particularly for when you've got like the prop this afternoon, the All Black prop. He got injured. He got more injured than the ball carrier. There was nothing intentional about him. It was a complete accident. Like, he's 135 Ks. If he had a big breakfast, he's probably 140 Ks. And he got beaten by a change of direction, and his head hit their head. He goes off injured. He's got a massive cut, and the other bloke gets up. To lose a player for that sort of incident, I don't think's in the spirit of the game.
What would it mean to this young group to go and win the series now? Would that be particularly satisfying to silence them?
Well, all we're worried about, mate, is preparing well on Monday. If we prepare well on Monday, then prepare well on Tuesday, then we'll worry about whatever happens after that.
Eddie, on the cards, specifically those deliberate knockdowns, what do you think of that? You didn't really address that.
Well, I don't. Sometimes they're not deliberate knockdowns. Like, I would say both of those, they went for intercepts. Like, Marcus definitely did, and the winger, what was the winger's name? Parisi definitely went for an intercept. And we've got it. You know, they say you have to have your hand pointing. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't make any sense. Whenever you're reaching for a ball, your hand's open. Yeah, if you're going like that, knocking the ball down, then that's a deliberate knock on, and that should be penalised. But that's not the actions we saw today.
Because you want people to go for those intercepts, right?
Well, they can make the choice to go for it, and then if they knock it on, it's a knock on. But it's not a deliberate knockdown.
Eddie, how do you rate Marcus Lee's performance compared to last week?
Well, I think every game he's just getting a little bit better, mate. You know, he's literally, out of his nappies now. And he's got a long way to go, and he's going to be a better player each week. And we're really pleased with how he's developing with Owen. You know, that combination, again, in its infancy, but developing nicely. That gives us a few different options in attack, particularly when we don't have massive backs. You know, we've got a small back line. He's progressing nicely, mate.
Eddie,
Last couple, thanks.
Eddie was kind of spitting off the game last weekend. What's he been like this week? What's he going to say?
Owen's Owen, mate. Never changes. Angry, hates the world. Best competitor I've ever coached. Best competitor I've ever coached. That includes George Gregan. Like, he's the best competitor. Just fights hard, loves the battle, drives standards. He's an incredible player, mate. Incredible.
Australia's got a fair few injuries. Do you sense that they're vulnerable now?
Well, all we're worried about now is preparing for. We just worry about ourselves, mate. I don't read the papers because they never say anything, mate. Do you report injuries? You do. I'll get my mum to have a look. All right, I'm going to ring her up now and say, Mum, can you look at the injuries for me? And if they've got a lot of injuries, I'll give you a call, mate, and tell you that I'm worried about them.
Did Guy Porter give the punch you wanted to in midfield?
I thought for a debut game he was outstanding, mate. Worked hard, you know. He's that no nonsense, bustling type Sydney Uni centre. You know, they run hard, chase kicks, run hard, chase kicks, run hard, chase kicks, run hard, chase kicks. That's all Sydney Uni ever does, and he's out of that school, and he does that really well. And he's a good lad. Like, he's the only one with a stronger Australian accent than Neil Craig. So, they're trying to get him to develop an English accent, but he's not having much luck at the moment.
Great stuff. Right, we'll end there. If newspaper writers want to come to the front, we'll do a quick briefing. So I know the Wallabies players and some VAR players want to come in news.